Have you ever spent life just feeling like you're in a rut? Like you have the same problems year after year, time after time. You just feel like life is passing you by. You see other people finding breakthrough and success, and you're just like, hey, well, what about me? This is your season for a glow up inside and out. We're going to get you transformed, glowing up and leveling up spiritually, mentally, and physically so that you can walk boldly into your purpose. Are you ready? Let's get that faith-filled blueprint just for you. Keep on watching. Welcome back to my channel. This is Leslie. On this corner of the internet, we help level up, glow up so that you can live your purpose in midlife and beyond. I'm so glad you made it here. I'm so glad you clicked on this video because you know it is time for your breakthrough. I know it is time for your breakthrough, and we're going to get to that place of breakthrough. There's no reason to think you can't have your glow up, that you can't have your spiritual transformation, reformation. Absolutely, you can. And with the help of God, all things are possible. With God, we can do all things. So we're going to do that right now. These are things we're hearing all the time. But what we're going to do is we're really going to put down a plan. We're really going to take these things to God. We're really going to take and put them in the inside, because you know what? The transformation has to happen in here. And that's one of the key things that I learned. It's not that it happens from the outside in, right? It's not that the circumstances change and then I change and my life changes. It's that I change first and then the circumstances will change. This inside is the catalyst. This up here is the catalyst to change everything out there. So we're going to walk through the 3 parts. We're going to go through spiritual, mental, and then physical. And we're going to take notes and we're going to put this into practice. Okay, you ready? Let's go. A true, actual soul glow up starts from within. When our soul is truly on fire for God, when we're truly hungering and thirsting for Him, everything else follows. That means in order for our spiritual glow up to happen, number 1, we have to prioritize time with God. We're all busy people. I'm a mother. I'm a wife, okay? I also, in addition to doing my side businesses, have a full-time job. And I love my full-time job. At this point in time, I don't want to leave my job, okay? I have other extracurricular things. I have kids that have extracurricular things. We're all busy. But we have to prioritize time for our Maker. I started waking up at 5 a.m. and girl, it hurts. It's not the easiest thing to do, especially since I'm not great about going to bed on time, but I do it because that's when I'm going to be able to actually have 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes to read my word, read a devotional, and pray. Giving God that 15 minutes might not seem like much because you're like, I can't do 30 minutes. I can't do an hour. Give Him your 15 minutes. That's all you need if that's what you have. Tithe that first time of the day to Him. It doesn't have to be at 5 a.m., but whenever you can do it, do it. Prioritize Him. Because, right, Matthew 6:33, seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. We have to seek His kingdom. The next thing for your spiritual glow up, we're going to speak biblical affirmations over ourselves each and every day. If you can do this on a daily basis, maybe during or after your prayer and worship time, it is so important and it is such an unlocking thing. I just started doing this again this year. I've known about affirmations forever, but speaking affirmations that come from the scripture, are inspired by scripture, but actually speak to you. You're going to start changing the mindset up here with the biblical affirmations that you're going to speak and repeat to yourself and stand and walk in. An example of this would be to repeat to yourself, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am anointed for this season. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am anointed for this season. To speak that into yourself, get that, eat that like it's good medicine so that you will start actually walking in it, believing in it, and moving and having your being in it. You want to repeat it enough to yourself on a daily basis that your subconscious starts believing it, and then you start acting in it. So I actually have a video of 10 biblical affirmations that you can bookmark and you can repeat back to yourself. It's a 3-minute video. It's going to be super helpful for you to have on hand, and it's got affirmations for you that you will definitely want to keep and repeat to yourself on a daily basis. Go ahead and find that link here or up here. Yes. Repeat those biblical affirmations. Now, another reason why we are repeating those biblical affirmations to ourselves is we're going to cut out the negative self-talk. Okay, we are going to actually cut out the negative self-talk. We're going to stop the scarcity mentality. We're going to stop the limiting beliefs and any just toxic influence that's happening in your life, because these things are going to all pollute where you're trying to go, and they're going to limit you and stop you. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace the negativity. We're going to replace the negative thoughts. We're going to replace the negative self-talk. That's one of the hard things. Zip the negative self-talk. Stop it right there. Replace the bad words with good, because that's what God is speaking to you. He is always speaking good over you. And we're going to fill our mind instead with positive things, with faith-filled podcasts, worship music, sermons, just anything positive. It like anything positive that you can come across, any uplifting content that you can fill your headspace with instead of the negativity. That's what we're going to eat and feed on instead, going forward. So those are all of the things we're going to do for the spiritual glow up. Now for the mental glow up. It's a little bit related to the spiritual, but we're going to renew our mindset, right? We're going to keep on renewing our mindset, and we're going to step into confidence. So kind of in continuing in that theme, why is this important? It's important because your thoughts create your action. I actually read something where your thoughts create your life. Everything starts from your thoughts. And the first time I heard that, I don't even know if I truly believed it. I was like, is that really true? My thoughts? You just think they're up in your head. You don't think they're even bothering anybody else or any of that stuff. But that's not true. Your thoughts create your reality. Your thoughts create your life. Your mindset determines your success. I just finished watching a video yesterday where the teacher teaching the video was talking about your presence, just your presence in a room, and what you're bringing to that atmosphere is all reliant upon your thoughts. Now that was mind-blowing to me. Didn't even think that the air and the presence that you have even before you walk in a room are influenced by the thoughts you have in your head. Like, for instance, if you in the car 5 minutes before walking into a room were having an argument with your spouse, and then you go into a party or a room, you're going to have that air of like stinking thinking, that kind of like everybody can kind of tell something's wrong, something was not right. That's because the thoughts and the residue from the argument were still there. That's mind-blowing. So your thoughts are influencing your presence and how you show up. So let's actually continue to train our thoughts on a regular basis so that our presence and how we show up in life is elevated. So number one, we're going to let go of fear and imposter syndrome. And I actually did a video about that. I will also link that below, and I will have the link up here. You are not too old. This is not too late. You're not behind. You're actually right at the place where you're supposed to be. 2 Timothy 1:7 says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." If God has called you, He has equipped you. He qualifies the called. And it's not too late to answer the phone, okay? Well, if you pick it up now, in midlife and or beyond, or even before, it doesn't matter what part of life you're in. If you're answering the call, God will qualify you. You're not too late or behind. Then we're also going to reprogram our mind with gratitude and visualization. And I'm going to do a video in the future, near future, about gratitude and the importance of gratitude. But I actually just finished a couple of weeks ago creating my first vision board. Yes, I know. My first vision board, but I have always known the importance of visualization and what that will do to your subconscious and to your inner man. And so definitely I will also link my vision board video below, and I will have it up here because it is important to have clear vision. That's the only way we're going to achieve our goals and know what bullseye we're aiming for. So starting off each day, maybe even with 3 things that you're grateful for, writing those things down, thanking God for those things will help transform that inner mind of yours and just scrub off the dross and the negativity, because gratitude just breathes a new air in you. It definitely does. The vision board is going to help you because it's going to give you something to aim for and something to look at, a vision of your highest God-led self, okay? This is going to retrain your brain to accept and then work towards those things that you're seeing on the vision board, because that is the vision of the self that you actually see yourself as, because you've trained your brain to see yourself in that. So it's kind of like this wonderful marriage of science and faith, and it's a perfect melange. It's going to create a powerful mindset shift. That's a tongue twister. Powerful mindset shift in you. And so lastly, as far as the mental glow up, definitely surround yourself with other people who share the same vision and purpose as you, because that's going to continue to encourage you and inspire you and propel you forward on your journey. What company you keep influences you. You are just as good as your 3 or 4 closest friends, right? So who you listen to and who you are influenced by shapes your mindset. So it's definitely important to find a community, most likely a Christian entrepreneur community, that encourages you and keeps you motivated. Okay, third girl, and you knew I was gonna get to it, the physical, right? You feel good in your physical body, you show up boldly. You show up boldly in your purpose and in your business, and you have your best foot forward. Now, whatever that looks like for you, not everybody's going to be a size 0. That's not what I'm talking about. Whatever that physical glow up is for you, to feel strong, to feel energized, to feel radiant, that's what I'm talking about. For me, there were a few things. Like I mentioned a little bit earlier, I started waking up at 5 a.m. so that in addition to reading the word and spending time with God, I could work out. Now, I love Pilates. I just love YouTube video, turning it on and working in my own living room. I don't go to the gym. I don't have a gym membership anymore. I haven't had a gym membership since my 20s. Just move your body. Move your body every day, even if it's just for 10 minutes. Whatever makes you feel the most alive, whatever makes you feel the most strong. I've never been the athletic type. I have always hated working out. I don't like it, as far as like getting all sweaty and doing a whole bunch of cardio or any of that stuff. I think with the Pilates, I've just kind of found my niche or whatever I like, and I'm going to stick with it. And I like the strength and movement that it affords. So I'm going to continue doing that. But whatever it is for you, step into that. And also the food the food portion, I have been fortunate enough to starting to eat a little bit healthier as far as making healthier choices. I definitely feel like that is more of a thing for me starting in 2025. And I really, really actually enjoy that added extra energy it gives me. I've been staying away from sugar as much. I mean, I used to eat a lot of sugar. And I used to just put fast food or other things in my body without really thinking about it because I'm like, oh, it's easy, it's quick, it's there. But 1 Corinthians 10:31 says, so whether you eat or drink or whatever you do it all for the glory of the Lord. So if I'm living for the glory of the Lord and I'm doing everything for His glory, that means I have to take care of His temple and I have to do things, including eating the correct foods that are glory filled. So some things I've been doing is increasing my water intake. I love to actually add lemons or limes to my water and I enjoy that. I've been switching from coffee. I used to drink not a lot of coffee, but I used to drink coffee, and I'm switching over to matcha green tea, which also has a lot of caffeine, gives you a cleaner caffeine boost, and I actually think it's a little bit more enjoyable to drink, actually, but hey, I'm team matcha now as opposed to coffee. Still love my coffee, but team matcha now. Whatever choices that you need to make, they don't have to be drastic choices. You don't have to become vegan tomorrow. That's not what I'm saying, but you do want to start being mindful about what you're putting into your body and the outcome that it brings you. Be prayerful, be positive, treat your body well, which now leads us into the last part of the physical glow up, which is self-care. Self-care is not an option. And I used to think it was. I used to think it was something that I could opt in or out of. Like, oh, okay, I've got my kids, I've got my husband, I've got this, I've got that. I'm putting myself last and that's okay. I don't have to prioritize myself. But I was wrong. The thing that I had to really come to grips with is self-care isn't selfish. Self-care isn't selfish. Even just saying that makes me kind of cringe, but it's not. Self-care is not selfish. It's how you show up in the best version of yourself. Sleep is not a luxury. Get as much sleep as you can, right? How are you going to show up in the morning, that 5 a.m. wake up call, if that's what you do? How are you going to show up if you are not well slept? How are you going to show up if you're constantly crashing on caffeine and that's the only way that you can survive? It's not going to work. It's not going to be the best version of you. Sleep is just a necessity for success. A little while ago at church, we have a women's group every month. And at this particular one, maybe about 6 months ago, someone was handing out these rocks. They were these little smooth stone polished rocks that had words written on them. And we kind of were taking that as our word for the year, right? And so you didn't know, you had to pick in this bag and you didn't know which one you were going to get. And when I picked up mine, it said health. And I was so disappointed because I wanted it to say wealth, joy, love, something else, right? It said health. And I was like, health? But then later on, I realized, nope, health isn't just my physical health, whether I'm sick or not. It is also my mental health. It is also my well-being. And so I actually took that stone and I placed it on my desk and I said, I am going to prioritize my health because that is also self-care. So whether you show up and you figure out a way to dress in a way that makes you feel confident, whether you put on a little makeup. There's nothing wrong with putting on makeup. It doesn't matter what age you are. Whatever it may be, taking those moments of self-care is part of the glow up and is not to be ignored. So just to recap, a true total glow up, it encompasses the spiritual, the mental, and the physical, okay? Because all of those have to be aligned. And when you are aligned internally, your perspective shifts. And when you are aligned with God's plan, everything shifts. Let me know which area of those 3 areas that I outlined today, which area are you most focused on? Are you most focused on the mental? Are you most focused on the physical? Are you most focused on the spiritual? All 3 of them are important, and they do all have to align, but which one is the first one that you are taking a bold step on today? Let me know below in the comments. And let's encourage each other in the comments. What's your number 1 glow up goal for this year? Just let me know, and let's encourage each other. If this video blessed you, do not forget to drop me a like, to also subscribe, and if this video blessed you, share it with another mompreneur, another friend, another person who needs a faith-filled glow up. Share it with her so that you can share the love and share the wisdom. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Do not forget to subscribe. I'm going to be coming out with more content just like this. And so just remember, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye.